Hello, my name is Joe Chicharo. I'm the Senior Deputy Vice Chancellor at the University of Wollongong in Australia, and this is my very first time to Bangladesh, and I'm really enjoying this visit to Bangladesh.
Hi, my name is Barış Satar, and I am the Director, Global Student Recruitment at the University of Wollongong.
Hello, everybody. This is Gerald, and I'm the Head Regional Recruitment Consultant for University of Wollongong, taking care of international recruitment in South Asia. And I'm so glad to be here with ETI in Dhaka, Bangladesh.
Bangladesh is an integral part of our global international student recruitment. It's very important because there's been a long history of Bangladeshi students going to Wollongong, and I can tell you that they're very much loved. They're very hard-working students. The academics, the teachers really enjoy having Bangladeshi students in their classroom, and also they make a lot of friends. And we have in Wollongong, because it's like a study, a university town, there's quite a nice diaspora of Bangladeshi staff and people living in Wollongong. So I think the Bangladeshi students feel at home, they're very successful, and I think they form part of our ecosystem of highly diversified international students on our campus.
We see a growing demand from Bangladeshi students and parents for quality education in Australia, like the University of Wollongong offers on our campuses.
I would say they're well informed, right, with whatever is happening through social media, through the regular events that international universities, right, conduct these days in and around Dhaka, Bangladesh. Apart from that as well, like we've seen a giant leap with regard to students studying in Australia at this point in time, close to about 10,000 students every year, which is a big number. So I'm sure word of mouth will definitely help students understand the benefits and advantages of studying in Australia. And that definitely helps in recruitment process as well. To talk about English proficiency, there's a lot of changes these days with IELTS and PT and students understanding the requirements of Australian education and trying to prepare for that, right? And they also come from very good background, be it from a school education point of view or from the institutions that they study, which is top-notch in Bangladesh, right? We can name a lot, right? Maybe Dhaka University, NSU, and the list goes on forever. So I guess they have a lot of options available to understand about the country as well as the quality of education that they would get. That definitely helps them.
I think Bangladeshi students are very talented. They are very successful when they attempt almost any course. So I think they're very hardworking, and I think also from what we understand of employers, they think that Bangladeshi students make very good employees because we have one of the highest rankings in terms of employer satisfaction. And so I think that Bangladeshi students is part of that environment.
Well, University of Wollongong is ranked within the top 200 universities in the world, and most of our students get graduate employment opportunities pretty soon after graduation when they finish their studies, either if they choose to stay in Australia or return to their home countries.
I would say every program, because there's a bit of, there's definitely students looking at various options, but with regard to the data that we've received, engineering tops the chart, right, followed by IT, computing, and as well as like business, which is very popular, along with some health science programs as well.
Yes, we do have already some partnerships in Bangladesh. We're looking at expanding particularly our academic partnerships with those universities, those top-ranking universities, particularly in research. University of Wollongong is a global university. We're in the top 1% of universities, and so we're looking for partners that are keen to collaborate with us, particularly in research and academic programs.
Well, we are actually working more with our key partners in Bangladesh, with schools as well as the universities, to understand the Bangladeshi students, the parents, the environment, and their desires and aspirations.
To talk about that in a word, I would say awesome and amazing, but still, I would want to definitely talk about students experiencing the campus, which is very important, right? Followed by the academia, which definitely supports them, and the amount of support that they receive and assistance that they receive from our faculty definitely has an impact with regard to these students talking about the university even when they graduate, right? Along with student support services, we're always there to guide them and to support them and to help them in every aspect of their journey with the university, and that's very important. Infrastructure point of view, they always love the university because it's pretty good. The campus is huge and massive, so they have a lot of things that they could do right on campus. And not to forget the proximity towards Sydney, proximity to Sydney, right, which is just about an hour, which also helps them to travel back and forth and enjoy the beauty of Australia while they study at the university.
Look, I think that we see ourselves, I mean, Southeast Asia or South Asia is an area where we are very focused in engaging, not just in terms of student recruitment, but also in terms of partnerships. So I think that it's very strategic for us to continue that engagement.
I acknowledge that there's been some delays last year. There was a period of transition, but now we've recently introduced simplified processing measures, and we are already seeing quicker outcomes and better results, working again in closely with our key partners.
It's a privilege to work with ETI because they're one of our esteemed partners and one of the pioneers in the industry as well, right? We've been with them, we've worked with them for quite a few years, and the journey continues. And the primary and predominant thing that I would talk about them is recruiting quality students. That's very important for any market, considering the amount of concerns that comes with regard to international student recruitment. The whole idea of them understanding what a university requires, of course, from a high commission perspective, what are the changes that is regularly happening, able to balance both, and trying to bring in a cohort which is as effective, right, to study in Australia at the university and to graduate successfully. So they play a pivotal role, and we're so happy to be associated with them.
Look, we have fantastic international student support, and we see our support not just being academic, but also socially. So we have a lot of programs that help students, particularly when they first arrive, to settle in and start to feel at home right from the beginning. So we have a welcome to Wollongong. The Lord Mayor comes to welcome international students. I turn up and welcome international students, and we actually introduce students to all the rest of the student body. So we make them feel very welcome right at the beginning, and I think that's part of the experience that students get. I mean, part of the reason why we continue to get lots of Bangladeshi students going to Wollongong is because of word of mouth. They tell their friends, and we have even families sometimes that send more than one or two of their children to Wollongong. So I think it's been long established that University of Wollongong does provide a welcoming environment and a great reputation as a university. I think getting a qualification from the University of Wollongong is highly valued anywhere you go in the world.
Well, I am pleased to say that we are offering 20% country scholarships to all Bangladeshi students coming to study at University of Wollongong. But also, we have academic excellence scholarships, which is based on merit, and it's 30%.